What's going on, guys? Eddie Dowd back again with Brian Sachs. He's a mortgage lender. I'm a real estate agent. We come to you every single week with more real estate tips because we want our audience to be educated on real estate, know what needs to be done if they're looking to buy or sell a home, and ultimately build generational wealth with real estate. And today, we're going to do some myth busting. We're going to hopefully help some folks out because with everything and anything that somebody hasn't done, there's always going to be common misconceptions. And what we're going to talk about today is common misconceptions about getting a mortgage when you're looking to buy a home. Brian, what's one
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, there's so many. One, you need a lot of money down. Not true. We can get you in with almost no money. You can get grants. If you're a veteran, you can put no money down. USDA, no money down. There's lots of programs. You don't need a lot of money to buy a home. So that's number one. Number two, you don't need perfect credit. Um, Perfect credit being in the 700s and 800s, we're able to get you in the home if your credit score is 580 or 600. You may not qualify for some of the grants out there, but we can get you in the home if you have enough for down payment and closing. Um, I want to share actually another thing. It happened to me yesterday, Eddie, and it happens all the time. A lot of times people will call a mortgage company. Mortgage company is going to look at your income, they're going to look at your debts. And here's a real simple calculation. Usually, they're going to allow about 40 to 50% of your gross income to be for a mortgage payment plus debt. So, what's that mean? It means if you're making $100,000 a year, okay? So you're making $8,333 a month. Let's see what the number is. 8333 times 40%. That means we're allowing you to qualify for a mortgage payment of $3,333. That's a mortgage payment plus your monthly payment on your debt. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I had a client yesterday. She has a car loan that is $600 a month, $599. Let's just round it up to 600. And she owes $10,000, and she was going to put this large sum of money down on the new mortgage because she wanted her payment to be lower. All right. So, folks, this is a big misconception. For every $1,000 you put down on a house, you're going to save about $7 a month. You want to put 10,000 down, you're going to save $70 a month. Okay. And so lenders kept telling her she doesn't qualify because her car payment was high, even though she was putting all this money down on the house. Well, I hate to be rude and obnoxious, but these other lenders were idiots. Okay. Um, I
You're right.
said to her, why don't we just pay off your car? So you save 600 a month, you're more comfortable, and you now qualify for $600 more in your mortgage payment. 600 more, let me just tell you, that's another $85,000 in buying power we just got her. So we got her into the right neighborhood, and the mortgage is going to be at a lower rate than the car loan is. So instead of putting that 10 grand down and saving $70, we took that 10 grand, paid off a payment of 600 a month, and got her into the area she wants to be in comfortably. Be careful of robotic, idiotic loan officers. Okay. Numbers are numbers, and the real art here is how we manipulate your numbers to make the outcome be close to what you want it to be, or even better in many cases. So, I mean, that's just a prime example yesterday.
Mm, that's the fact that there's lenders out there that don't draw in between the
Yeah, they don't look at it. They're just looking at one plus one plus one. Nobody's looking at the whole picture and utilizing her assets as strategically and powerfully as we possibly can. She was overjoyed. She actually said yesterday, "I love you." I'm like, okay, that works. That's awesome. But she'd been to two different lenders and she just wasn't getting where she needed to be.
Yeah. I mean, the thought of not having a $600 car payment
Right,
is
right.
a good
People
feeling.
are people are looking at their take-home pay and their current debt, and if we can restructure their take-home pay and their debt, we get them to a place where they're very comfortable and in a very good place to be. So, work with a real estate agent and work with a loan officer that looks at your whole picture and listens to what you want to accomplish. I tell my clients all the time, Eddie, this may be what you're qualified for, but let's leave that out of the equation. What are you comfortable with? How much money you comfortably want to use, and what are you comfortable paying a month? And when we get down to that, people hear that you're actually listening to them, and you're not just a automatic robotic machine spitting out numbers. So, maybe we should call it a more holistic approach to lending.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so definite good advice. You got to know who you're working with, and you're watching this. We just gave you the advice, so why not work with us? You can reach me by calling 410-588-6536. Brian, how can they reach you?
443-471-8557. Folks, I'm going to give you a big tip here. This guy with the orange skin and the blonde hair won the election. Okay. Um, Mr. Trump, he is going to be our president. Like it, hate it, whatever. It's factual. And so we are starting to see things really, really kind of heat up in the marketplace. And many of you watching may be thinking you're going to wait for rates to come down. The Fed dropped the rate a half a point, and then they just last week dropped it a quarter. And you know what interest rates have done for the mortgages? They've actually gone up a tad. They went down, then they went up. Hopefully, they'll come back down. But my sincere hope is that you'll take our advice and actually go out and find a home now. Don't wait, do it now. Because if rates do come down dramatically, what does that mean? It means more people are going to come into the market. They're going to drive up the home prices. And, there's three issues. There's inventory, there's not enough homes. There's interest rates, they've been too high, right? There's home prices, they've been too high. If the home prices moderate and the rates come down, we still don't have enough inventory, folks. This is basic economics, okay? Supply and demand. What's going to happen if interest rates go down is everybody that's been on the sidelines going to rush out and look to buy a house. I'm seeing it over the last week. I literally, Eddie, yesterday I started at 7:30 in the morning, and my last appointment was at 9 o'clock at night.
Hmm.
Okay, all straight through. So people are coming out of the woodwork. What does that mean? It means they're thinking rates are going to come down, but what they're not considering is there's still an inventory shortage, and so prices are about to skyrocket, I think. And so your best bet is get in now, buy while rates are a tad higher than we think they're going to be, and then refinance once those rates do come down. Because again, we think this may be a good time home price wise to buy. So, in the winter is always a good time to buy. In my opinion, winter is the best time to buy. So, call us 443-471-8557. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button. And if you know someone that needs to see this, send it to them and ask them to subscribe. Right, Eddie?
Exactly. And don't forget the home funded. You guys are ready you know, because things have changed. Go ahead, the home funded below. It works like a GoFundMe. Put in your information. You, your friends, your family can contribute. Works like a GoFundMe going towards the purchase of your home, and we give you $2,000 as well. So it's a win-win. Can't beat it. But yeah, go ahead, fill that out. Give us a call, and we will see you guys next week.
All right.